the beast!
No, listen, what I said was meal timing and frequency don't have a direct effect on body composition. I never said they were completely irrelevant.
It's time to follow.
Ah, shit. What up, and well met. I'm Mulatto Rants, this is Muscle and Magicka, and you, my friend, just accepted a quest. Now, last week we talked about the volumization skill tree and why it's a good idea to put points into that skill tree to combat hunger. Today we're going to talk about exactly how often you should use your food items in order to maximize the uptime on that well-fed food buff. Now, there's something of a continuum when it comes to meal frequency, so we're going to take a look at two separate examples to kind of help us define where the ends of that spectrum lie. On the one hand, we have Pac-Man, who adheres to a philosophy that's more in keeping with the old school bodybuilder mentality, which kind of makes sense considering he's something of an old school kind of guy, which promotes splitting your calories up into smaller and much more frequent meals throughout the day. Now, Kirby, on the other hand, is a little bit more current, a little bit more up to date, and he follows the more recent trend of having larger meals within a smaller eating window, which has become a lot more common lately, especially with the popularity of intermittent fasting and other similar protocols. Now, as you may have guessed, gravitating too far toward either edge, either extreme of this continuum, can have its disadvantages. I mean, take a look at Pac-Man and you realize that he is always hungry. He's always eating because his meals are so small that none of them actually ever satisfy his hunger. I mean, he is being chased by ghosts, and still all he can ever think about is eating food. Sometimes he loses his damn mind and actually eats the ghosts. Now, I think part of this is a side effect of hunger, but I think part of it is the psychological side effect of scheduling so many meals and scheduling your day in such a way that you are always thinking about food and always thinking about what you're going to eat next. Now, I don't think it's too difficult to imagine how eating too infrequently can set you up for an equally unhealthy relationship with food. Take Kirby, for instance. When he finally does eat his meal, he literally inhales it. He eats so much that he physically cannot fit any more food inside of his body, and then he immediately throws it up. I mean, he is so far past a healthy relationship with food that he doesn't even try to hide his eating disorder. He has the exact same ravenous obsession with food that Pac-Man does, only his is caused by having only one meal a day and spending his entire day hungry, waiting for that meal such that when he finally gets to it, he loses it and he binges and even purges. In all seriousness, I'm not trying to make light of eating disorders, nor am I saying that eating 6+ meals a day or 1 meal a day will necessarily lead to an eating disorder. I'm just trying to caution you as you embark upon intentionally structuring your meals a certain way and help prevent you from slipping into bad habits and making the same mistakes as Pac-Man and Kirby and ending up as a mentally unstable blob. Now, I always hesitate to use the phrase, what works for you, because all too often I see people use it as an excuse to follow antiquated, impractical methodologies or to just flat outright deny scientific evidence. However, in this case, you really do have to figure out what works for you. Personally, I always find success in staying full when I eat around 2 to 3 larger meals in the day, and I know a lot of people are similar in that regard. You may find more success with 4 or 5, and there are plenty of people out there that do eat 6+ or 1 meal a day who have absolutely no mental issues whatsoever. As a final note, wherever you may happen to lie in regards to preference of meal frequency, there's one thing that I think that everyone would benefit from thinking about, and that is your bite frequency. Eating more slowly not only helps you to mentally enjoy your food a lot more, but it also gives your body a chance to register and process the fact that you are taking in nutrients and then respond appropriately by signaling the release of satiety-related hormones. Now, personally, having grown up overweight, much like my boy Narian, I have the fat kid syndrome. So no matter what the season is, no matter how lean or fat I may be, I have one speed and one speed only, and that is inhale. If I ever had a switch as far as how quickly I eat my food, that thing broke off a long time ago, because you can ask my friends, you can ask my family, whether I'm at the lowest point of a cut or the highest point of a bulk, when it's time to eat, I'm not messing around. So I can really only give you one piece of practical advice other than just telling yourself to eat more slowly, which has never worked for me. And that is, try to work in as many hot or cold meals as possible to physically force yourself to eat more slowly. So for instance, maybe a hot bowl of chili or a hot bowl of oats so you burn your mouth if you try to eat too fast, or a very cold frozen protein smoothie or froyo. Maybe with some cereal in there so you actually gotta chew the coldness. That ought to do it. Anyway, I hope you gained some experience points from this. If you leveled up, then like the video. And if you want to come on the conclusion of this 3-part quest against hunger, as well as many more quests against other various fitness and nutrition related topics in the future, then make sure you subscribe to the channel and join the Order of Muscle and Magicka. Until next time, you want rants? Long and out. Now do you guys see what I'm talking about? This is disordered behavior.